Hello everybody, welcome back to Adventures inside the TARDIS, but actually in another dimension, and in another dimension itself. It is mixed and matched because we are in the form which is a dimension in itself, and the TARDIS in itself is a dimension, and now we have another dimension on top of that. With someone.
Fog of Fear Part 2, Part 9, Part 2. And they're fishing for more trouble, and they found it too.
Yeah, they were looking for a number, and they made it number. There you go. Oh, I can even contemplate. Even more trouble. Now the whole screen is a mess. You are welcome.
Well, trouble can do stuff like that.
And Meow is in the water. This is
Now you
some
see why
trouble.
the Doctor and Dorothy are even more surprised.
Especially because they are humans. I mean, trouble is here, so nothing should be surprising anymore.
Yep.
But yeah, here I am. Actually without the teeth this time. Last time, my gum started bleeding after the stream, so I have to rest it for 2 days at least. For you, it shouldn't be any different than usual.
Okay.
For me, it's actually easier to talk at the moment, but it's not better to understand. So let's see, what kind of music do I even?
This scene gets spooky a little soon. Why doesn't it start that way?
Yeah, we can use this. It can be anything. The lollipop in Dr. Kelly's mouth droops out of her mouth just a bit, where she beyond the bright red corridor or the holographic room. According to her ending, this should be where the three floors are. They should be right in this position. But instead, she found this door, and on the door there is a big white sign saying exit in red letters. Right?
Stop! This room is protected by the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers! There was a little toy that hanged up on the door that tries to spook up bullies like that.
Nah. Taking a closer look at her readings to a side of the holographic, she zoomed off to this position and finally discovered that the twins are not really here. I can tell you that without needing holographics. But just beyond this door, potentially immediately beyond the door, it may actually shove them out of the way if the door opens outwards towards them. I mean, you don't know if there's what can be inside or not. The sky squints her eyes and it is more fully drawn on her that she is dealing with an anomaly here. Deciding to investigate this further, she approaches the door that throws around it. Logically, you should consider the fact that it's possible that they are the door at the moment. Upon doing so, she discovered that her eyes do not deceive her. The door is attached to nothing, except the floor below it. There's otherwise no wall, no roof, or anything. It is just a cherry red door, out in the middle of nowhere. The opposite end of it reveals the same door, except it is reversed. The doorknob is on the opposite side, which is logically correct. The door is surrounded by a red frame. She turns to the apparent front of the door and put down this anomaly further. I mean, you are saying that that is the front, but you don't know that you are dealing with a god of chaos yourself. So It might be the other side that's the front for them. Because that's more chaotic.
Which, because of her uncertainty, that's why that word is put in quotes.
Yeah? I can't even imagine if they go to the door, it leads to different places when they go from one side or the other. But it is true that she is standing in her own room on the ship. As it is a holographic simulation, it can show potentially anything. He did not call for this particular simulation though. A new window pops up on the side of the hologram. She headed to double check if she did in fact create this and does not remember for it for some reason. But there is a list of commands she did give this room along with the date beside it. Ah, she's using more tools now. And let's verify the fact that she never ordered for the creation of this particular door, nor did anyone else. The Twin Parasite should not have access to administrator controls for this room anyway. It is confirmed. This door is an anomaly, which is definitely a red flag for a danger in her mind. No, it's not a red flag, it's a red door. I mean, I imagine a red flag popping up on the door at that moment when she thinks that. Then, her mission objective is unchanged. She sees the twins out, and her instruments indicate that they went this way before. Just to double check, she reviews the video footage of the twins keeping their way in this direction. According to the window, they also recognize this door. That gives them pause, but not for long. Curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity seemed to drive them onward. They opened the door and turned on through. I mean, you told them that they can go anywhere on this ship. They are safe. You can change the angle of her perspective of this past scene and attempt to view through the door, find out what happened to the twins when they took it through. Upon doing so, she notices something peculiar. The more she tries to follow them by zooming the perspective through the door, the more the image blurs. Eventually, the footage shows the door slamming shut behind them. Based on what little she could decipher, it seemed the twins entered into the TARDIS hallway. The stem of her lollipop floats out of her mouth. She nodded truthfully as she pulled out the situation. After a few seconds, she throws the lollipop back into her mouth and decides to press forward in order to get her more data. I mean, you don't even know if the door is locked or not. She opens the door. As she does, she lifts an eyebrow curiously. When she notices, it no longer leads to the TARDIS hallway. Instead, it appears to be some kind of hall-like bedroom. In the meantime, it's just the bedroom of Father Wind. The guy steps closer to the threshold, but not steps to it yet. He wants to further examine the surroundings before deciding to fully commit, stepping to the next room. Also remember, the flames walked through and the door closed on its own.
Yep.
You should make sure it cannot lock behind you. You don't wanna get to the same problem as Sliders did. They went through a door, a dimensional door, and they couldn't get home. That's the whole premise of the show, remember? Because I especially revealed a lead to everything in the next room. There's a table, there's a chair, there are shelves in the room, and there is a carpet. And the carpet is this very peculiar carpet with tracks, roads, and buildings where you can just play your Hot Wheels on. The difficult Hot Wheels carpet. Almost everyone had that. Pick your favorite image of a young boy's room, or specifically a young fella's room, for the color patterns and decorations beyond definitely have a feminine motif. Everything is made of plastic though. No phones even have plastic. I don't remember seeing any plastic things in the show.
Actually, I don't either, but this is Dr. Kelly's perspective. She's further in the future.
He doesn't say that
If
it
she's
looks like
encounter-
plastic.
If she encounters it, she's more likely to recognize it.
Even the material which seems they should be made of something else, instead are made of plastic. They are all fake. They are obviously fake. I didn't think that before saying that.
For a moment, I thought you did, and you misread one of those words.
No, when I heard that he said they are made of plastic, I said they are fake. And then the next sentence was, they are obviously fake.
I'll tell you what, though, and maybe you don't remember this, but there was a real episode of Doctor Who that had a premise very similar to this. In fact, this scene I based off of it.
I don't remember. On the one hand, I did watch Doctor Who a long time ago. They're just missing from memory. I might not even have seen it. Who knows? There are only two things in the next room that are not made of plastic. And at first she mistook them for Misty and Rosebud themselves. These girls are now wearing a mix of blue and pink dresses, and have a bonnet over their heads. Is it bonnet or bonnet?
I think it's bonnet.
Bonnet, okay. I have heard it most weight, so I don't know which is the right one. This is a attire they wore before, which have been recently verified. Suddenly most figures who are sitting at the table turned to look at her. What Dr. Kelly sees make her eye pupils shrink. Does she have pupils somewhere else? But the rest of her body seems to remain perfectly calm and still. These two figures are indeed designed to look like Minty and Rosebud, but they are dolls made of fat. The maids are made of fluffy yarn. Their eyes are replaced with sewn on black buttons. I mean, for all you know, these might be Minty and Rosebud. Where is sound of your face, Gingling? Suddenly fills the room, and more dolls rise up from the plastic chairs that have a color and design pattern to it, to make it seem like the chairs should be made of brown wood. The movements of the two dolls are a little goofy and awkward, as they are being pulled by invisible strings. For example, the heads sway a little too far to the right and left, and tighten a bit, as if to correct some mistake for the awkward presentation of life. Then the spooky sound of a pair of fillies singing in complete unison filled the room beyond. Suddenly, a pair of fillies that sound identical to twins. Tick-tock goes the clock, which soon reveals everything. I mean, someone did actually see that see their memories, probably, of what they are fearing of, what they are afraid of. I mean, did Dr. Kelly know a lot about this?
this nursery that I have here, which also, by the way, appeared in Sky Dancer, is also based on that same episode I was just talking about from Doctor Who. They sung lines almost identical to this.
Yeah. And also,
Especially the first two lines.
it is basically the first appearance of Puppet Master, right?
Yeah.
But this is just a fake Puppet Master at the moment because we know that Toybox is not the girlfriend at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Or shouldn't be. Tick-tock goes the clock onto the right of the...
It was going to be Shadow King, but as it was in Sky Dancer. However, she slams the door shut.
onto the right of the doctor. Before the skipping doctor arrives something so they can finish, Dr. Kennedy uses her magic to slam the door shut again. Dr. Kennedy continues to stand there, still and quiet, staring at the door with tiny eye pupils. Eventually bows her head, sighs, and rubs the bridge of her nose. Who passes right through her own holographic glasses. This is the first time she actually saw anything like this, but she heard of something like this before. It's all followed with earlier consulting sessions with her. Yes, I spoke of an encounter he made with Puppet Master, and all the creepy imagery and sounds that the romantic sociopath made at the time. All of that is the young man recurring nightmare. Young mage, not the young man. The young mage a recurring nightmares for quite some time. I was suffering because the music is suffering. Yeah, not happy music. That's awful music. And it's more like it. That doesn't have to be loud. They didn't go away until he tapped into the ancient past of his homeworld in an area overflowing positive energy for the most part. Only then in the subconscious of the young wizard had to get a break. And Toybox is currently here on the ship. Is it coincidence? Yes and no. This guy looks over her shoulder in the direction she came from in alarm. She knows something very disturbing is going on right now that warrants further investigation. Flashing back to the door as she made something. Staring at it for a few seconds, she eventually shakes her head as she decides to reject the possibility that she just anchored the real twin face. The real twin face beyond the door, because that would imply they were killed and converted into doors, which was the last habit that seemed to be Puppet Master's favorite pastime. Also, Puppet Master didn't use fat, from all I know. They were wooden puppets, right? What Puppet Master used?
Various things. Also, we use plastic.
Yeah, but I never heard of a unique fat from him.
Yeah, that is the first time. He also used body parts too.
Yeah, but this is not Puppet Master. This is Puppet making a scene.
Yeah.
If the feelings are done, and their story ends. But this is not safe assumption at this point. It's better to move forward with the assumption that the two are alive as well, and that this encounter is a mere diversion. After all, the door is now leading to a new location anyway. The audio footage she had is one of them touching through this door. No, it's all of them, not one of them, or most of them, touching through the door. Which leads to the darkest hallway at the time. That was probably the real feeling back then. I mean, you should probably go to the TARDIS hallway and check for clues. She decided she cannot afford to ignore the symbolism of this well-acted reality spooky encounter. However, it was all too familiar to a case she had heard of before. Her mind came up with a list of suspects, and could potentially engineer an encounter like this in terms of means of authority and motive. Let's see. List of subjects. Trouble. No funny, no one else. They would have to be some suspect and had the means to attain the dimensional facet of the TARDIS too. That is impressive. For that reason alone, not many are left on her mental list of suspects. I mean, the other one is Discord.
Yeah.
It is time for some scientific testing to narrow down the list even further. You need to hurry too, because now the two seem to be MIA. That might mean that they are in danger too. In the meantime, we are shifting to the other scene where the field are just having fun in the park.
That's probably true.
Also, we don't know what someone is up to. He might be actually just keeping them safe. Well, we know.
Yeah, it could be. Heck, even if we replace her with Discord, I could still come to the same conclusion.
I mean, she will perhaps better with than the others.
Discord likes to annoy and inconvenience, but he doesn't try to do serious danger. At least not on purpose.
Yeah. Let's see that.
Yeah.
Not on purpose. The scan whips her head in the direction she came from, with a look of determination. She was turning the mouse and spinning that way as fast as her legs could carry her. Why are you running? Why don't you sit on one of your chairs and they can get there faster?
That's another option. Also teleport.
True.
Or maybe use her controls of the holographic room to change the dimensional qualities of the room.
Even better. Also,
shrink the space between point A and point B so that this new door I just created leads directly to my destination.
yeah, but she's not thinking straight at the moment. There you go. This song's name is Nice Trouble. But we are not gonna use it because it's very fast. I am not finding any of the...
You know what MIA stands for, right?
Yeah, missing in action.
Yeah.
I know that one. Eat it! As you can hear Duffy say, encouragingly. There is some kind of script. Oh! He might be trying to feed her emotion. The media doesn't have a feel like a text to those words. How did she get so hard in the room where apparently everyone else is? It seemed unlikely to her, but right now the doctor finds the fact that everyone else is here convenient. The one missing here are two thin fillets. to half of the whole environment. No, Duffy, I'm still full. Someone said, as he held a hoop rod in the foresight motion. Now that Dr. Kelly has arrived, noticing that the blue unicorn is refilling a basket full of muffins that Duffy is offering. Mercy, Herbert engages to Dr. Kelly. Just as she makes her sudden and speedy arrival. But right now, Duffy is his primary concern. He looks back at the grey muffin man. A moment later, do you know the muffin man?
He knows her now.
I imagine Toybox's nightmares are shifting to a different nightmare. Now there's gonna be a grey man trying to feed her muffins. That's gonna be his nightmare.
She lives on Sunny Lane.
But dreams are made, and muffins.
Mm-hmm.
Melodina and Vision is a different story. Isn't that supposed to be a different story? Yeah, it's different. It's strange because plural, plural and singular at the same time.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine either way.
I do still have the chapter open just in case you find any real mistakes.
Yeah, I think this is fine. It is the same to my mind.
Okay.
I do think that most are fine in this scenario. They sometimes very much immediately, and while they focus on Dr. Kelly, then they can more sense that something is wrong. But they can tell for different reasons. Eat it! They'll be executed more instantly. Trust me, you will like it. Plus, I know for a fact there's always room for muffins. Fine, Grandma Duffy. Maybe to you, but I would say it a few short hours ago. I mean, if you ate hours ago, then I can see why Duffy did this thing.
What about short hours? That has fewer minutes per hour.
2, but it is of at least 2 hours. Fact.
Yeah. To be plural, it's at least 2.
Almost implied. Why did 2 I only ate anything for the last few, but I don't know how long I was back there. All I do know is my stomach mostly shrank during all this time of starvation. So the meal I recently had is eaten! The feed is again, and this time he loves him by shoving a blueberry muffin right into his mouth. Also, yeah, when you are not feeling hungry, sometimes all you need to do is try to eat when you know you haven't eaten for a long while, and your mouth will do the rest of the job while you have the taste. I know because there was a long time after the surgery that I couldn't really eat, but I had to. It didn't feel good to eat, but I had to. Papa shows on the shelf instead, but then he chose hellos that might delight. And he said, boy, you know, they actually are good. I told you. Once again, I did not say the next sentence. I mean, this just means that you are processing Duffy as I imagine. So,
Yeah?
told you, Duffy is happy. And what I said, that you just have to try to eat it, and then your mouth will do the rest of the job. I mean, if you can swallow it and it stays down, and it feels good, then there's nothing wrong, right? Dr. Kennedy, what is wrong? Well, checks with the white Magi doctor in concern. Overhearing that, the and almost became alert too. What I have to say is indeed urgent, but it would be better if we were all here together, said Dr. Kennedy. The others should know too. And now that you said it, you are either telling the other Toymos that you have holographic conversation, or you have to wait for them to return. Which is not an option. No, I don't think that's an option. Now I have a bad feeling about this, because we know that later on, Toymos becomes a puppet master, and Dr. Kelly is not gonna be there.
Sure.
While Dr. Kelly is here, I don't think the Toymos will return, because of the dramatic sessions.
Yeah, right now there's at least 3 factors that's stabilizing him, maybe 4 if you count the TARDIS. But, you know, Vision's monitoring his emotions, Derpy can influence his emotions, and Dr. Kelly is a psychologist.
Yeah, so if Dr. Kelly, something happens to her at this moment, then it would make sense why things are happening.
Now, pushing the other direction, what pushes his sanity towards instability would have been his recent trauma that was designed to be deliberately scary.
Yeah? I mean, we have trouble.
Well, he doesn't know about that one yet, but yeah, that's true too.
Now the question is, does Vision know about trouble being here?
You know, Vision has not met Trouble yet. She wasn't on that mission to the Trouble in Paradise arc.
Yeah, but she should probably tell that there is another one being on the
She
ship.
might be able to do it at that. Although if the Trouble wanted to, she possibly could be able to hide her feelings too.
Probably no Vision have already talked to the TARDIS and to Trouble as well about this.
Thinking back to Star Trek, which I'm not sure if you've seen it, there was another entity about as powerful as the Discord in Trouble here. They were called the Q. Just the race is the one letter. And there was a character on the show, Diana Troy, who was an empath. Whenever the presence of the Q were around, Diana was able to sense it.
Also, no, I have not watched Star Trek. I have seen some episodes, like 1 or 2, but they were literally airing on our television at around 10 PM or something when I was already asleep as a little kid.
If you get that opportunity, it's a good show. Especially gets better later on.
Yeah, but the problem is I don't really have time.
Oh, and on that regard, that internet archives you shared to me with the original Doctor Who show, I've now gone as late as the last Doctor that was ever portrayed as that character before that show retired.
Oh.
Just started with him.
I shall stop at the Genghis Khan episode.
I think I only have 1 or 2 seasons left of that show. No, finally I've seen the whole thing.
But yeah. We are still on the hunt for a cat. And Dr. Khan doesn't know about that.
That rhymes.
Just then, a holographic window appears to Duffy, Vision, and Bernardino. This is our one as it is in the communication link. In the window, Priscilla initiates taking a back to see that everyone has joined the conversation. He really gets and the others in the room with him to see if they had this conversation or are very surprised There's a window problem, suddenly. Yeah, when you call someone on this call and there are like 15 people in the call.
Except in this case, which explains the surprise, he didn't click answer, it just suddenly pops up.
I mean, what would you say if there were like 15 people in this recording right now? Suddenly. They just popped up.
Yeah.
This is literally the same thing. A little bit different because you don't know the other people. In this scenario, they know each other.
And they have appeared before. Another reason for the surprise.
Yeah. I moved up this window because I have something urgent to inform you all. There is a front door. Okay, first. She doesn't remember to allow Toymos to partially be included in this conversation. The two fish are now missing aboard the ship. I have lost sight of them after they managed to submissive came to the door in my room. They should probably do the Avengers stupid thing. You have heard of that mistake that they did. That no one had a earpiece and they would say like, yes, sure. She could have done, she could probably do that. Just use a fake phone device or something. Wait, what? Almost exclaimed in alarm. You lost them? Literally minutes after you told me that there is nothing to worry about?
Yep. Well, Kelly's surprised too.
Yeah? That shouldn't have happened. Okay, from everyone. But for that same man, he's looking directly at Toymos. Something unusual is now happening aboard the ship. That can't be! I see the doctor in surprise within the holographic window. This TARDIS is secure. Only I have the key. At this moment of time. But you know, Doctor, there are times remind me so. If you are not anymore, and you have given over the reins, and the new Doctor, the new Time Lord, comes back with the key, then you can come in. Right?
I've seen the other Time Lords be able to hack into that ship, which makes sense to me.
Also, didn't you find that you stole this ship?
Mm-hmm.
Was the key inside, or what?
Nah, I bet you. It looks like you stole that first, and then used it on the door.
And you are certain that the teleportation circle is secure on your end. So you can check with others in the window. We are standing right here. I mean, in the window. I'm doing it right now. We have been here the whole time, and the doors is coming remain shut. Even if something this steps through, shouldn't your doors have detected? Question is the teleportation circle visible when it activates? When someone uses it.
Yeah, there might probably some runes on it. It glows brighter in the moment you're using it, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So neighbors have noticed if someone went from the outside. So that means someone was always on the ship from the moment they left that one planet and time. Do you have all?
Don't know the name of that planet though. Some call it, might have called it Equus.
Yeah, Equus. Do you have all the rest of the warp zone secure? There's a chase smiling on the Scully from the hollow window. Yes, the Scully replied. All of them are accounted for. How can we lose the feelings on this ship? The bear seemed to worry. Well, it is a surprisingly big ship, and the man brings up. Everybody, calm down. All that. Okay, look, we need to get our part to the side. We can solve the mystery of how the ship got invaded later. Right now, we need to focus more on finding those missing things before they run into any more trouble aboard the ship.
He said the thing! He said the thing!
He said the thing. Also to all those who are on the modern TARDIS, there's something very important I need to see you to see right now before we proceed. And what is that? The fierce that anxiously in the hollow window. Who are you talking to? So almost as nothing, but looking at her with a purpose expression. You seem more unfocused than usual. We are talking with other members of our party right now. One thing we explain to Stormbox. We are only magic window that you can see. Coming from Duffy is even funnier. The only funnier would be Vision saying it. I must keep out. Is it come on for you? Do you often hear voices in your head? I mean, that shouldn't be strange for you. It's just how it works. Pay attention, because this is very important. And I insist, within the window. In the next moment, his fishes go up. Also, the fantasy shifts to a viewpoint below, and looking up at his flag. At that point, he suddenly sings, I want to see my flag! Haha! My flag! I don't know what kind of rhythm he is singing in. What? The PS with a very perfect spring. Do you want them to look at your flag, or do you want them to look at your cutie mark?
I mean, that's an inside joke. I've actually made that something like that in a dream sequence for some D&D players I had in the past, where they encounter a very high priest, and he said that they had a very urgent issue to talk about. So everyone was treating it all serious until he turns around and shows him his butt. It says, and he sings, I want you to see my butt, ha my butt.
Now the question is, was it a very high place or a very high place? Now, this can actually be a signal that there are two of them. And one of them does this, you will know that it's Salazar. Okay, but this is done by this an out of character behavior too. Also, especially this seems to a droll one. Following that, he suddenly comes from the line of dialogue for her, nevertheless, involved by shutting off the hollow windows. It was not his Santa, but it is everyone currently in the room with her. No one is any phone yet from that side. I never sensed any emotion from any of them during this entire conversation. Your entire communication system has been hacked. Or because I think to someone else. What are you talking about? I must ask in a more frantic voice. She said that it is more urgently. Now that matters right now. We need to seek out the village. I have no idea why you thought they would be so secure about the ship before now. If you think there is any chance that they might be in danger, then we have to find them immediately. Vision! I know. This guy says swiftly. The reason I opened the window for you all because I wanted to have to say. To see if any of you saw the same thing I did. I need to rule out the possibility that it is not just me. That I'm not crazy or somehow get infected by myriad virus. But I actually it's from, well, I will call her Agent Ladybug, as she requested. That is a little so, and they cried. But okay, but it would be better for all of us if you explain this from the beginning. When did you see this? The village had gone missing. And what did you observe that drew you to the conclusion?
Okay, we got a big old recap there in one sentence.
The Kelly candidate explained what she had observed so far with a very calm and steady tone. 2 hours later. Just now, I was contesting the ability to communicate to others accurately. Also carried as a conclusion to our camp. What we have observed indicates that the mother force has captured the village. It seems it might be powerful enough to interfere with the ability to communicate with others as well. With O'Reilly steering the hoof forward in the dramatic gesture that said, "From now on, I suggest that none of us place them out of sight from each other. Furthermore, I recommend we avoid any portals or demolition pads. If you have something aboard that can breach the solid dimensional defenses, there are the ways to some hidden location and hiding and replace the communication signal between us and the remainder of our party outside of the ship. I don't think it is wise to continue to rely upon any unusual methods of communication or transportation. Imagine if the doctor and the others tried to communicate with them. Did they figure it out?
Well, they might get a false signal too.
Yeah, Richard just... Hey, I have something to tell you! Look at my butt!
Yeah, they might get something similarly wacky, so if they get a false signal, there likely will be clues. On purpose.
I mean, someone definitely likes to send signals that something is amiss.
Yeah.
Leaving hashtags everywhere.
It's part of the game.
What's fun in having a perfect what is it called? Oh, I wanted to say it so badly. Not mischief.
Frank?
Not prank. More like what the village do. That's not gonna come to mind. She is more like oh my god. Everything is missing from my mouth. Everything.
I think there's such a thing as a reverse dictionary where you come up with a meaning and it tries to give you the name.
Basically, she's what she's doing is what the red is doing. I will leave some clues,
Okay.
and you have solved the materials.
Yeah. Kind of like a game.
Yeah, I mean, everything is a game for them, for all the
Yeah.
summer makers. What the hey in the TARDIS? Almost as much more friendly. Then what you make, what you said makes any sense. It is with need and go to feature position. From there, he goes back and forth, like a span in his eye. Ever since the phone enveloped me and others, nothing I have ever seen makes any sense. So much, I need to calm down and think about deep to math. Okay, urges him. Calm back from 10 to 1. Calm? I can't even count. I don't know numbers. That is kind of a reference to Friendship with Witchcraft, if you remember that. Numbers? You know numbers are prominent. Yes, and he looks at her friendly. How can I possibly be calm? I've been looking after those feelings for what feels like a week for weeks now. And
If this is Friendships with Witchcraft, we gotta mention a lot of eye candy.
I don't really have eye candy, I have mouse candy though, if you want. The holographs. The most fun unconscious of the looking fashion with a clean aura. A similar color to almost his body than before he ran down. I mean, yeah. That's a number that's one, because now he's not gonna be against you, but instead of telling him to calm down, or actually calming him down, you just made him gonna be more anxious when he wakes up and the kids are not here. You just made the whole thing even worse. A sleep span. But I didn't realize it's actually beyond the lab unconscious body of the blue unicorn. No, let's leave. I just killed her. Killed him. Normally I would use my motorcycle tools, but he kind of had a point. So can I explain? We created a plan to find those fish soon. I think we have the time to reach calming him down to all his freak out. I'm sure it hasn't asked him you notice how similar the doors and doors and ramps were compared to a certain encounter I had at my temple. William points out actually was near among the head of Notikari. Now I imagine the Notikari was actually singing the lullaby to them. And they heard this lullaby and started singing.
Related to that, I posted a video on chat for you after this recording.
Oh no.
I think I shared it too before though.
You might have. Yes, you have. When we first met him. Not him. Puppet Master. We have not met Toybox yet. We cannot count them as the same person. Maybe those had crossed my mind too. Okay, replied. However, in this case, I'm pretty sure Toybox is innocent. At least for now. I would like it to remain true too. Wherever we go and whatever we do from now on, I want him to accompany us. Instead, no, I can't rely on my drone too much anymore to watch him for me. After all, if something is here that can hijack our signal from the rest of our party, they can do the same to my control with the drone. In fact, at this point, it would be better if I left him behind. Furthermore, I'm not leaving him here alone in this room. Even though I could not create the horrific numbers of which he was, and program them to watch after him for us. Right now, I have to question everything. Every resource we have at our disposal. We are dealing with a force strong enough and resourceful enough to maintain the defenses of the ship and hijack our signal. Not many could do that, so I'm not going to underestimate its own purpose. From now on, we stick together. I have everyone here. Can we all agree on that point? Do you think it might be the Daleks? Sophie asked fearfully. Don't worry. The Daleks would say exterminate at least once.
Instead of telling holographic doubles to look at their flanks?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Daleks don't tend to be that silly.
Imagine when they meet new Daleks, and they are like, we are better Daleks than the last ones. Look at their flanks.
We demand you all kiss our shiny metal flanks. They turn around and reveal it.
I mean, are they shiny?
Sometimes.
Yeah, there was one type of Dalek that was more shiny, the others were more matte. Or how you say it in English. It's matte in English as well.
Or there's only one shiny plate on them and it's right behind them.
Yeah, it's matte as well in English, okay. The mere mention of the trait could badly the squint her face, and shut her eyes tightly. She had managed robotic memory of the trait. Mysteriously, the Kelly also started feelings for the trait despite having much less encounters with them. Not likely, but I don't have enough evidence to rule anything out yet. They would at least have a motive though. I mean, you literally can't rule anything out with her.
Yeah.
Because Kelly informs Luffy by putting Meladina and gives her a affectionate pat on the android's shoulder. That's why we need to conduct our own investigation. Kelly looks sharp at Vision, as she asked directly. Vision, you are more connected to the spin of the TARDIS than anyone was. No, she says anything unusual about this ship right now. Once again, I told you Vision should have said this a lot earlier. Vision paused for a moment, as she checks that, but she discovered widens her eyes for 1 second, before she said, you know what? Now that you mention it, yes. A very powerful force has knocked aboard the ship somehow, and she has been here for a long time. One that is capable of killing the dimensional and interdimensional abilities. Like Humble? Nothing guesses with the questioning blink of her one eye. He is one of the individuals on my list of suspects. Okay, thanks to nothing. Then, we can't be too sure yet. Let's do some investigating. I mean, it can also be the silence. You might never know if they are there.
Enjoy the silence.
But the silence will not do this. Fly him back to Toybox. Before that, I don't want anyone to lock his uncle's money around, so we will deal with this issue now. You can just understand the talent of the toy maker. Okay, let me see. What kind of magic do you use? Do you make him smaller and you can carry him on one hoof? Or just a transport spell?
Well, the word rouses is in that sentence. She wakes him back up.
Oh. Huh? What? So much accuracy to other himself. The camera down and touches his shoulder. Look straight into his eyes and expressed. Almost, look at me. If you make any kind of distraction and start shouting again, you go back down. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. He nods so wordlessly. I understand and appreciate your concern for the pit. I really do. But in order to save them, you need to remain calm and cooperative with the rest of the team. If you do, then give them the best chance to recovery. Of recovery. Do you understand me? Herbert's eyes shrink for a moment as her words can sink in. It continues to seem difficult for him to remain calm, but he does not to wordlessly answer her question. I know you are considering a lot of unusual things right now, to carry passage on the silence. Normally, I would like to answer your question, if I am allowed to do so. But right now, we need to keep our focus on recovering those feelings, safe and sound. Are we still on the same page with this issue? He was a large job, but he nods again in agreement. Good! Because I think it is important that we all stick together and we venture out and seek those feelings. Dr. Kennedy continues. A lot of unexpected things have already happened so far, so I would like for all of us to remain as prepared as we can be for the future challenges. Right now, I think one of those things that would be wise for us to do is remain inside of each other and continue our investigation. But you are just a doctor, right? Try to ask that from the doctor. The third was asked her in concern. Don't get me wrong. In the right situation, that profession is very useful. But that's going to harm the current situation, isn't it?
It depends what you got a doctorate in.
Yeah. Then depends on what you get to the doctorate in. We just lost the skin. And the skin was for you. Hey, I think it might be clear to some of you that I wear many hats and the situation was. The Canadian has actually understand law 4 of her homes again. For the moment, I think it would be best if I put my adventurer's hat cap on. And she pulls out a cap that is very similar to the Hindus.
Okay.
Not the same, but very similar. You can holographic glasses ready, and by the minimal white screen surrounds and floats in front of her face. Beyond that, a new one seems to materialize on her hand. It is fitting orange of that new spin.
I was waiting to listen to your theory to see if you could guess this one correctly.
I was just joking. I didn't think that you would actually do that. At the same time, it appears a narrow grin spread on Dr. Khan's face. And now, the problem with this is I don't know if Joybox knows about Daring at all.
No, you shouldn't. Anyway.
That's why I was like...
Yeah, it's way after his time.
Yeah, you have a different hat. And... Not being fully aware of what this means, she's down, ready to fall like a mom, as she cheers out loud. Yes! A what and a what to adventure!
Well, remember, Dr. Kelly also had the fiery gem that had some of the skills of Daring Do impressed upon it, and Dr. Kelly successfully attuned to it.
So she has to fully channel Daring Do to get her started.
Well, she has that resource, yes. And it was given willingly.
Now, call me Dr. Lou.
Anyway, what did you think of that chapter?
There you go. I told her everything. Okay, so they have a lost connection to the others, to the outside. We don't know if the cloud actually goes through and they see something similar to what's happening on the side, or the cloud doesn't even reach them. We have not seen the other side, what they saw. But
Yeah.
we understand that they show no emotion, so the cloud didn't go through, I assume. At all.
Well, they seemed to have emotion, but Vision sensed that they didn't actually have any emotion.
Yeah, that's why I said that they didn't get any card, because they would show something. Now the question is, can Trouble this stuff Vision senses as well? I mean, she is kind of an almighty god of chaos.
Either that, or Discord and her has a trouble time creating anything real, like something that has true emotions.
I mean, no, this was just a fake. Yeah, this was just a fake and the plastic chat.
You made the theory yourself at one time, I remember. You said that maybe Discord only creates powerful illusions.
Yeah? I mean, the dimensional travel is actually real, what they can do. We know that they are fully capable of just stepping in and out of existence, or where they are. They can literally come out of the car as well, if they want to. They're just in there. But otherwise, everything else might be just hallucination and hologram.
The discoveries in this chapter certainly changes their game plan going forward, and it probably will affect the other party too. If they discover that they're getting a fake communication from those back at the TARDIS.
Or they are not gonna get a communication at all.
That could be true too.
Yeah, but for now they haven't tried because the million would say that they are distressed or something. But they, once again, they have their own problems at the moment that they have to face. Now, Trouble just wants to play. I don't think she is gonna hurt the little fish at all.
I was blind reading this as well, just based on everything the story's presented so far. I would agree with you.
If this is indeed Trouble, we don't know that yet.
That's true too. Maybe something else can disguise itself as trouble.
Or someone controls Trouble. It is also possible. But Vision and the TARDIS only sends one higher being on the ship.
That would be quite a trick, trying to and successfully controlling raw chaos.
I mean, just look around in my room. That is ordinary chaos. I have mastered the chaos.
I
Is it
remember
something like
Quill made an attempt like that to control the powers, and it backfired on her.
you have seen Ghost of Chaos before, right? When you go into a room and you wouldn't be able to find anything, but when the master of the room comes in, just reaching out, there it is.
Rarity made that mark to her sister. Like, this wasn't chaos. This was organized chaos or something like that. As she said, I think she said that organized chaos.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Because as messy as it was, she knew where everything was. It was part of her creative process. That room was designed to help her come up with the ideas for new things.
Yeah, and also when you listen the chaos, the organized chaos, it becomes chaotic when when it is more in order, because you will never find what you are searching for, even if it makes sense right in. This has happened to me before when I cleaned up my room, and everything was looking neat, but I couldn't find anything anymore.
Because you're not accustomed to it in the new places.
No, you can get used to it, but in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that is definitely trouble.
Make it double. So when are we going to get back to this?
Tomorrow, at the same time.
Okay. Make it triple. But it is going to be a new chapter.
There you go. I have to find ways for each one. You are the top one. There you go. I mean, this can actually happen. We know the Shadow Cat can fill up the whole thing.
Yeah, she can do that.
Next time it's gonna be different. It's gonna be heart to heart with holes. I mean, this can be referring to multiple things. This can be vision, this can be mirage, this can be catalyst. The first thing that comes to mind when I think of holes.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you.
It can be trouble. It can be Ladybug. But we may see tomorrow.
Thank you for the reading in the meantime tonight.
Thank you and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Are you going to play that video again that I shared with you on chat?
No, Link. I have seen it before. The same thing.
Okay.